really starts to get going with a tremendous amount of content as the formal web community is set up on Conspiracy for Good. It was a place where fans could chat and post, put their causes that they were interested in, problem solve with each other. And they started connecting the dots to stories with the codes that they received from the casual games that Nokia was releasing. And the site became a host for literally hundreds of hours of content that was created by both us and the participants. And as the community grew, people started adopting the logo for merchandise like candy and t-shirts, and people even tattooing themselves with the logo. And as this grew even more, characters started to come forth, and participants actually started to insert themselves as characters in the narrative. Musicians started using the secret codes in the songs to decode different messages, and mappers started using OV maps to follow where the story was going in Europe. Now, the purple dots, as I said, indicate where these casual games were released. And these games actually allowed people to do various tools, create various tools, so that they would become better players in our game. One game allowed participants to actually hack into the mainframe computer of Blackwell Briggs, while another one taught us how to shut down CCTV cameras, which we would then later need during the actual runtime in London. And so all of these things, again, sort of taught people how to become better at this game and got them farther into the whole process. And we drove people back and forth from and to Ovisaur, downloading various applications that they would need. So the important thing to remember here is that all of this was about building this library in Zambia. And the video that I'm about to show you is sort of another example of the blurring of fact and fiction in this project. Now, this video was actually not just released by us, but it was released by Room to Read's site and on the Pearson Foundation, the actual company organization that donated the books, on their sites as well. And this actress here, Nadira, was our lead character, who actually in real life played herself. So that if you were to do a search online for her, you would literally find her. So this is how we released this to the world.
Rows and rows of sandstones in a cemetery. They don't need your time, just your testimony.
In 2010, recording artist Nadira X puts her career on hold to teach school in Chitaika Village, eastern Zambia. She applies for and receives funding from Room to Read to build a new library for her students. However, the library is never built. The books, shipped from London, mysteriously go missing.
We have very firm ideas who's behind this.
The main suspect is multinational Blackwell Briggs, which plans to build an oil pipeline directly through the village. The library and the village are in danger. But then, Nadira pins a legal document exposing the corporation's fraudulent rights to the land. She begins a dangerous underground journey to London to confront Blackwell Briggs and save the library and the village. It's now up to you to help her.
And in some future time, if they attempt to disown me, I'll have to rely on your testimony.
Now, Nadira literally, our character literally starts a trek from Zambia to London to topple this evil corporation and get her library built. So we took a film crew and followed her along the way. And along the way, participants are using the OB maps to find out where the bad guys are and to steer her clear. And she spends about 6 weeks on this trek in real time, interacting with the fans or with the participants. And so at this point, we're really picking up a lot of steam, and we're heading towards this final runtime. She's heading to London to confront them. She has this evidence in hand, and this is sort of what the call to action looked like when we put it out. This was when we put it out into the world. The call to action came in this form. So here is what it actually felt like to be in an event on the day when she actually landed in London. And remember, this is on July 17th, and the participants have been following her trek online all this time and had literally, as I said, hundreds of hours of content building up until this point. So this is basically what it looked like. So, as I said, Nadira has arrived here, and she is chased by Blackwell Briggs in this boat with, sort of black-suited agents from Blackwell Briggs who are trying to find her. But our participants have been waiting months to find her, and so they are, or to meet her. So they ferry her through into safety, and this kicks off a point-and-find scavenger hunt. So these were the videos that they were seeing along the way. What we were trying to do is find the location of the safe house where we can take her. And along the way, we're dealing with actors and what we call ractors, who are who we don't know, quite whether they're good or bad. We're being followed and surveilled by Blackwell Briggs. And the cool thing about it was that as we were following these videos, the videos were in the exact same locations that we were in. So it had this strange effect of inserting you inside of the story. Clues seemed to be everywhere. Members of Blackwell Briggs seemed to be everywhere. Teams were starting to form in order to solve these clues. There were even clues handed out to you by various buskers and musicians along the way. So it had the sense that this was all around you, wherever you went. There seemed to be you seemed to be inside of this experience. It's Marco Lila's hand there, if anybody notices that. And here's another example of how the videos were literally in the places where we were, creating this kind of eerie effect where we had to follow along with the content that we had been watching on these small screens. We were able to use an awful lot of the city, and each time we got to various locations, we'd encounter somebody else that reminded us that we were still involved. We even left tags in the Tate Modern. We tagged a painting, Tate Modern. Now, in order to elude Blackwell Briggs, we had to create various diversions. In this case, it was a flash mob with 40 Bollywood dancers to create a kind of diversion. And when we finally did find the safe house, we literally were able to uncover the tools that we would need for the next few weeks to do battle against Blackwell Briggs. We were also able to be initiated into this secret organization of Spira, finally. But Blackwell Briggs, being the evil empire that they are, found us, and this is what it looked like. So now they may have won this particular battle, but we were out to win the war, and so in the finale we finally turned the tables on Blackwell Briggs, and at this point things got very interesting because the participants were actually starting to join together. They had to kind of crowdsource ideas in order to figure out where to go next.